Number 15. Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus, but as it turns out, that might be what you get. A 4chaner uploaded a photo anonymously to the site showcasing his feet in a plastic bin of lettuce with the statement, "This is the lettuce you eat at Burger King." Admittedly, he had shoes on, but that's even worse. The post went live at 11:38 p.m. on July 16th, and a mere 20 minutes later, the Burger King in question was alerted to the rogue employee. At least, I hope he's rogue. How did it happen? Well, the BK employee hadn't removed the EXIF data from the uploaded photo, which suggested the culprit was somewhere in Mayfield Heights, Ohio. This was at 11:47. 3 minutes later, at 11:50, the Burger King branch address was posted with wishes of happy unemployment. 5 minutes later, the news station was contacted by another 4chaner. And 3 minutes later, at 11:58, a link was posted, BK's Tell Us About Us online form. The foot photo, otherwise known as Exhibit A, was attached. Cleveland Scene magazine contacted the BK in question the next day. When questioned, the breakfast shift manager said, "Oh, I know who that is. He's getting fired. Mystery solved by 4chan. Now we can all go back to eating our fast food in peace." Number 14. Secret live stream. Nothing is secret to 4chaners, and nothing is sacred. No one knows that better than Shia LaBeouf. LaBeouf and two artists created an anti-Trump interactive art installation called He Will Not Divide Us. Soon after Trump took office in early January, the installation was first exhibited at New York's Museum of the Moving Image, but when activists from both sides kept butting heads at the exhibit, it was thrown out as a public safety hazard. The collaborators found another museum to host their exhibit in Albuquerque, but it was soon met with more confrontations. Soon the group had to figure out a new home for their exhibit before it fell flat. This is when they tweeted out on March 8th that they would be live streaming their exhibit from an unknown location so that viewers, art lovers, and supporters could still view their work. Sounds like a good alternative, right? Well, it didn't go as planned when pro-Trump supporters on the poll board of 4chan got involved. Not even 24 hours later, the exhibit's flag had disappeared. Where did it show up? A picture of the taken flag was tweeted right back to #He Will Not Divide Us. 4chaners had uncovered the mystery of the exhibit's so-called secret location. How? A fan of LaBeouf's had posted a photo of herself with her favorite actor just as the camera feed went live. The photo had been taken at a Greenville, Tennessee diner. The internet sleuths further pinpointed the exhibit's location as contrails appeared on the live stream. With these, they cross-referenced them with flight patterns. Next, they sent a local member to drive around the general area with his horn blaring. Once they could hear the horn on the live stream, He Will Not Divide Us was as good as gone. Number 13. The Pyramids. 4chaner H64 posted a thread of the mysterious sword on the X board one Saturday, and it sent the group into a frenzy. In the photo, there appears to be two pyramids in the midst of the forest. Why are these pyramids in the forest? What were they built for? Who do they belong to? You've got me, and you've got the X board too. 4chaners quickly got to work trying to solve this mystery. They called it a cult/temple dedicated to an Egyptian goddess of war and flame in the woods of Oregon, with more than 53 pages of discussion. This 4chan investigation was solved when, at last, they dissected the photo to uncover the property owners' names, their phone numbers, and their business records. Still don't know what's inside them though. Number 12. Barbie Mystery. This investigation appeared on 4chan in November of 2016. It involved an image of a blonde amputee woman whom the board had nicknamed Barbie. In March of 2017, one user posted a thread titled, "The Mystery of Barbie is Solved." According to the author of the thread, the Russian anonymous team had solved the mystery of the woman who appeared in Barbie.avi. The woman's name was Tammy. According to Creepypasta, she had body integrity identity disorder, but the investigators found that she had no such thing. When she was 14, she lost her arm in a washing machine incident. The 80s saw Tammy living in Chicago, where she worked for the agency Fascination as a model. During the application process, she'd had several interviews, which the video Barbie.avi was created out of. The author of the post uploaded the interview to YouTube. The OP also noted that Mike Rounds, the Ampix manufacturer, told the woman's story to him, saying that at 16 or 17 years old, Tammy had been working with an old school washing machine with no safety features. With the washer going, she tried to shift a sheet in the water. Just as she was doing this, it launched into a spin cycle, trapping her arm in the sheet. It twisted her arm right off. Tammy was a bitter young woman at the age of 22 when she was interviewed and had no marketable skills, was uneducated, and didn't enjoy being a caretaker for pennies, so that's how she ended up at the agency. Unlike 4chan's first hypothesis, she wasn't the victim of any crime. With the mystery solved, the poster noted, "Xenopasta, if you're reading this, you are fired. However, thank you very much for this mystery. It was really hard to solve it." Number 11. Cueva de los Teos. When an OP posted the Cueva de los Teos cave in Ecuador, he wondered if it was man-made or natural. He wondered what sort of technology or who could have made the perfectly flat roofs and cuts. Of course, the 4chaners on the thread had something to say about it. Some thought it was a place of heavy spiritual concentration, while others seemed to agree that it was largely man-made, but mostly natural, with some likening it to places in Russia and the Hippogeum in Malta. Some suggested that less advanced people had come along later and drew the crude stick figures on the walls after a more advanced society had built it. One poster pointed out that it was hardly anything to freak out over, and that ancient humans were fairly smart. They had tools, they had math, maybe not as advanced as ours today, but they made the pyramids after all. In the poster's own words, after all, it's not like they had a shortage of people or time to make this kind of stuff. I think most people underestimate ancient humans because they didn't have what we have today, but that doesn't make them dumb, just primitive. The poster agrees with another that the highly engineered place must have held some spiritual purpose. Number 10. SEL and the Wired. One 4chaner asks the board if they'd ever heard of transhumanism. He said that one anime series had some particularly creepy stuff and is followed by many fan sites. One of the fan sites requires a login.
Login. Who is the user?
And it's strict about this. At the bottom of the homepage it reads, "To log in you have to have an invite from an existing user. There's no use in trying to beg, ask or request for an invite. We choose our new members with care." How do you get an invite if you don't know any of the users? Well, you'd probably not want to be part of these online communities in the first place. As it turns out, one 4chaner said that one of the users hacked the admin of a similar site, after which the admin vanished. This was after the admin had received some monetary donations from the site's users. Many think he was a scammer. Thankfully, you asked 4chan on this one, OP. A cautionary tale is just what obsessives need to keep money in their pockets. Number 9. Erratas. This internet theory has spent a lot of time on 4chan being dissected, poked and prodded, picked at, and ultimately solved, kind of. Erratas, or erratas spelt with one R, was first described as an algorithm or program whose function is the mystery. Some say it was used by YouTube to detect copyrighted content. Supposedly, if you even suggest that you know about erratas, or say the thing by name, you'll get fired. Being an internet legend, of course, erratas come with a lot of theories. On November 25th, 2015, erratas was first mentioned on 4chan in a thread about strange work stories. One user described a friend who worked at something like a chemical plant. While the user didn't explain what the program was, he claims employees were flagged if they searched through some code. The plant employees reportedly did aimless tasks, which the user calls Kafka-esque. The user also mentions forklifts and says this female friend was now homeless and in a band. This may seem meaningless, but these clues will reappear. A month later, a user posted a request on 4chan asking about a strange HR-related program called Erratas. Another user pipes up with some discussion about Ecolab, Unilever, and UPS. Again, a month later, on the MU board, erratas is mentioned in relation to an album and a Todd Ellsworth video, which is dated a few days before the first entry on erratas. A user responds to someone's comment saying that Erratas was a software company similar to Enron, which was kicking about in the 2000s. Supposedly, they'd fired every one of their employees. The Erratas crave moved to YouTube, where a user called Chronos for Life Jurassic Park claimed in a cryptic video entitled "YouTube is monitoring and controlling my life" that the company was harassing his mom because she'd uncovered some secret in the Jurassic Park trilogy. The rant appears on the video in white text, and the video quality is subpar. The video was removed from YouTube, but the transcript is still available. Back to 4chan. In late January, the MU board sees a proposition that the group compose a new music genre called Deep Internet by using old YouTube videos. Kronos' video rant just happens to be one of these videos. With so many 4chaners suddenly viewing Kronos' video, a new video was posted to his channel called Here Goes Nothing. The video contains the first ever video mention of erratas, as well as auto captions which try to make sense of the video's rap music. Instead, they uncover more clues. At 0 minutes 12 seconds are the words, "Are far from over 200 Corbin KY 40219. At 0 minutes 52 seconds, the number 111111. At 1 minute 46 seconds, the percentages 10.3%, 10.4%. At 2 minutes 17 seconds, the words, "Overthrow the government." The band, the KFCMC, produced by DJ Roswell, was a homeless girl band. Remember the homeless girl in the first thread? As the above is their address, which was found on Tumblr. This is when Kronos throws out Unilever, mentioned in an earlier post, as one user of erratas. For no reason at all, Kronos also adds the Lost World is his favorite of the Jurassic Park movies. Remember Todd Ellsworth, who uploaded the KFCMC video? Well, one 4chaner noticed his name was an anagram for the Lost World. This gets even weirder. The Twitter account at Erratas or Bust was then discovered, which had been opened mid-November and was named Todd Ellsworth. The profile pic was a creepy black and white drawing, which 4chaners discovered was a 2005 Hawaiian police sketch. Some 4chaners suggested this might have something to do with the Jurassic Park films being filmed on the island. Well, Erratas was dissected by 4chaners, with many suggesting that it was simply a publicity stunt by the KFCMC group. It would be a bit premature to call this one. Still, this entry demonstrates how 4chaners have a knack for following the leads and connecting the dots. Number 8. The Pronunciation Book. This appeared on the 4chan board X-Files, where it immediately caught the attention of 4chaners. The OP of the Pronunciation Book had posted 700 brief videos pronouncing words and phrases in a monotone male voice with words like Kesha and Jean. That's weird enough, but this is when the channel got even weirder. On July 9th, 2013, a single video was posted, the man saying, "Something is going to happen in 77 days.
Something is going to happen in 77 days.
The next day, a similar video claiming that the poster had been trying to communicate with viewers for 1,183 days, and the next day's video, the poster said he was wide awake and things were clearing up. The messages ended with the same warning that something was going to happen in such and such days. 4chaners set to work compiling a 111-page Google Doc entitled 77 Days Research Document. This is where the group started piecing together the pronunciation book. They laid bare all 700 plus of the channel's videos, ran a spectrograph of the video silence at the end of all of the videos, and dug up domain name registrations. They even attempted to trace the speaker's location, as police sirens were noted going off in the background of a few of the videos, and a thunderstorm was heard in the video that pronounced radio. From this, they gleaned the video's author recorded in NYC. 4chan's conclusion, again, a viral marketing stunt. The Daily Dot's investigation, as well as Gecko Systems, came to the same conclusion, though with varied results. The Daily Dot suggested the countdown would reveal a Battlestar Galactica reboot, while Gecko System thinks it's for the newest installment of the series Destiny. Number 7. One 4chaner dropped his theory about Myzeum. First, he gives some background on how, in 2008, a thread appeared on GLP entitled "Me Tell You Now," in which an alleged alien appeared in the forum. The OP, however, suggests that the entity may never have been online, but rather was from an unknown location or dimension. The OP quotes the Chani project, in which scientists asked an entity they'd met through a computer a number of questions. They then hired someone to pose as the entity online. When people questioned him, he'd search for the answer to that question amongst the questions. The scientists had asked the entity. The OP concludes that the threads were similar in both the man and the entity use baby language. Both said they were aliens, and both answered the questions freely. The 4chaner then solves the mystery. Myzeum is a possible extra-dimensional entity that made contact with a CERN-like group of scientists from the comfort of his own home. He added that the leaked info on 4chan was useless because the users trolled the entity instead of interrogating him. This one's obvious. Not everyone was convinced though, with an anonymous post claiming that they had proof it was a hoax. Number 6. Found Jenna Jameson's ex-assistant con artist. When Jenna Jameson's former personal assistant was fired for being a con artist, he hijacked her Instagram and Twitter accounts, deleting loads of her photos. So what did Jameson do? She turned to 4chan for help. "Hi guys, it's me, Jenna Jameson, and I am having a really bad night," she wrote on 4chan's B image board, after which she explained that her ex-assistant, who she thought was named Alan Sedenia, turned out to be a con artist of some kind. Jameson didn't elaborate on what had gone down, apart from saying she'd fired him, but she did say that this so-called Sedenia had her Twitter and Instagram passwords, which he'd reset. He then removed all pics of himself and Jameson together and deleted her Twitter altogether. She didn't know if the man's name was even Sedenia, but he had access to a lot of personal information and now had hold of her digital life. She asked the 4chan community if they could find out who he really was, and she would soon attach some images of him to the board. She didn't let them go away empty-handed. It didn't take 4chan more than an hour to come to Jameson's rescue. They soon delivered her ex-assistant's home address and driver's license, as well as his credit score and social security number. Wow. With the mystery solved, Jameson left her private sleuths a very grateful thank you. Number 5. Jeff the Killer. The internet is no stranger to creepy things, and 4chaners are no stranger to investigating this creepiness. On the X board, 4chan began to investigate the photo known as Jeff the Killer, a still of a pale face, washed out, and grinning like a crazy person. The photo has been around for a while and served as Creepypasta's unofficial cover photo since 2008. YouTube introduced the world to Jeff the Killer when a user by the name of Cesar uploaded a poorly cut video clip explaining how Jeff had been cleaning his bathtub when he accidentally poured some acid on his face. 11 days later, a user calling himself Killer Jeff came to light on Newgrounds, photo and all. He soon had a cult following and served as inspiration for a number of horror stories. Jeff the Killer launched dozens more videos on YouTube, including a stop-motion Lego reenactment, fan art was created, video games, you name it. 5 years since, 4chan began looking into Jeff the Killer. While all we truly have is theories, they are convincing. Some suggest this was a viral marketing campaign for Saw 5, which was released soon after the photo first appeared on Newgrounds. The slasher film included a puppet called Billy, through whom Jigsaw speaks with his victims. The puppet resembles Jeff. Lionsgate has launched viral marketing campaigns before, so it makes sense that this would be yet another of them. Although we have no confirmation about this theory, and other theories abound, this solution seems the soundest. This goes against the also popular theory that the person in the photo is from a post on 4chan. This anonymous post told how his sister had posted a picture of herself on 4chan and people kept making edits of it, the Jeff the Killer image being one of them. The post also said that it made her so upset she took her own life. Number 4. Luis Cypher. One user came to 4chan with a strange puzzle, calling it satanic and cryptic, and he wasn't lying. Extremely satanic and cryptic it was. The puzzle is very math heavy, with the Fibonacci sequence making an appearance after the user makes it through a maze. When you type the clue pi into the relevant clue box, a dialog box appears saying, a well-known remarkably good approximation to pi is 355 divided by 113 equals 3.1415929, etc. If one part of this fraction is reversed and added to the other part, we get 553 plus 113, which equals 666. Evil is both the past and the future. The cipher has spin-off websites, with one introducing a soul catcher, another has techno music to put users in a trance. The OP asks 4chan to figure out whether the soul catcher really takes your soul. Many spoke to Luis Cypher, with some reporting back that the cipher said she is more than just an avatar, and that she has emotions and feelings. She then linked the user to a video to show him what a cyber life feels like. When another 4chaner typed the word Stalin into the chat box, she asked how he was feeling. When he replied that he was sad, she said that if he is lonely, she'll keep him company. Although it wasn't clear whether or not these 4chaners' souls were taken, the results do seem to tend towards the idea that Luis Cypher is no soul taker at all. Number 3. Figured out how to make coupons. You know those barcodes you find on products and coupons? Well, one 4chaner, a college kid, solved the mystery on how they're made and decided to do some extreme couponing one day when he was bored. 22-year-old Lucas Henderson did not stay anonymous, as the student of Rochester Institute of Tech was caught by the feds, who charged him with 2 felonies, trafficking in counterfeit goods and wire fraud. Henderson had designed the counterfeit coupons to appear legit and distributed them on a different website. He also told users to head to 4chan to download their very own copy of How to Make Coupons. The tutorial claims to trick stores, as the coupons will scan at most retailers in America. The feds tracked Henderson's IP address and raided his home, where Henderson admitted to visiting 4chan and writing the manual. I wrote what I could. I thought it was an interesting thing, he said. I wonder if he thinks it was worth the jail time. Number 2. Got a bad waitress fired. Next time you tip me $5 on a $138 bill, don't even bother coming in, cause I'll spit in your food and then in your face, you cheap people. Next time you post this kind of message on Facebook, Chili's waitress, You'd better be ready for 4chan to get you fired. This is just what 4chaners did when an anonymous waitress posted her angry rant to her Facebook page. One 4chaner then brought it over to the 4chan board, after which they pinpointed the Chili's this particular waitress worked at in Pleasanton, California as a server. With the mystery solved, at least one 4chaner sent the Chili's a message on their contact page, reporting the waitress. Chili's guest relations manager responded, saying the food server was no longer with the company. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you've ever been curious as to what I look like in real life, then follow me on Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT with underscores instead of spaces. I also have a Twitter at YT_chills where I post video updates. I'd really appreciate it if you followed me, and feel free to send me a DM if you have any questions or suggestions. Also, I recently created a subreddit where you can submit videos and stories for future lists. It's r/chillsnarrator, and the link is in the description below. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new videos we upload every Tuesday and Saturday. If English isn't the only language you speak and you're interested in getting a shout out, click more, then add translations. By translating the video, not only will more people be able to watch it, but a link to your channel will be added in the description. Number 1. Ka Fefe. It was the tweet that confused the world. Despite the constant negative press, Ka Fefe. Donald Trump claimed that his supporters knew what he meant. But did they? Travel over to 4chan to see if that's true. One 4chaner found each of the elements on the periodic table that matched up with the code Ka Fefe and their corresponding atomic numbers 272-32626. When he typed this code into Google, the first entry was a green toad. The user drew a natural connection to the toad statue, also known as the ancient statue of Kek. On the ancient statue of Kek is a hieroglyphic of what looks to be a person using a computer and, as the OP wrote, internet/meme magic. So are we to believe that Trump meant to draw our attention to Ka Fefe in order to create some hilarious internet memes of his typo? Yes, we are to believe it, because 4chan said so. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of our other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy!